back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys a whole lot for subscribing to my YouTube channel, for following me on all of my various social media platforms. I really appreciate a whole lot. Like I normally say, Stylish Naija subscribers, you guys are the best. Yeah, you guys are really the best. Okay guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew a trendy ruffle off shoulder cape. Yeah, that's what I'm going to show you how to cut today, a trendy ruffle off shoulder cape. And you could see the picture up here. So you see the picture. This cape has really been trendy. It came a long time and it's not ready to go anywhere. So in case you don't know how to do this cape today, I'm going to show you a very simple and easy way of doing this cape. And if you are new to my channel, if you have not subscribed, if this is the first time of you coming across Stylish Naija YouTube channel, I will appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button just on the side, and then also hit on the bell to get an update whenever I upload a new video. So that's just like basically that's just like seriously that's just like basically the essence of that bell. Okay, before we get started, I actually have some fabric that would be nice to make this cape. So this is a satin. This is like a doll face satin. So you can decide to make use of a doll face if you really want it full, heavy and thick. A doll face will do. And then I have a taffeta also. Taffeta will still be okay. If you are making use of a taffeta, you might want to line it, because for you to get that weight and that's heaviness or thickness. So these are just like the two fabric that you can also make use of an organza also. It will still be nice. But for this class, I'm going to make use of my taffeta, so I'm going to keep my satin. Okay, so I actually have a cape that I made this cape blouse some few weeks back, or a month or so. I really can't remember. So I'm still going. This is an off shoulder. You could see this is an off shoulder. So everything that we're going to be doing today is just going to be like a repeat of this. As in, what I mean is, after sewing the cape, after making the ruffles, the way we attached this, so you remember the way we fixed it that other day, that's how we're going to fix this. So and then I'm still going to be using this off shoulder as to explain it to you how to fix it. So let's just get started. Okay, so for this, you actually have two ways of making this ruffles on this cape. The first way, you can decide to cut your fabric as a flay. That's one method. And then the other one, you can decide to make it like a straight long straight fabric, and then you fold and then you create your ruffles and then fix. But I think I prefer the flay is better, because of the flay nature. It will be more bulkier when you make and use the flay pattern rather than the straight pattern. So today, for the flay pattern, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to do the flay pattern. So for the flay pattern, I'm going to show you how to measure it. Remember the same way we measured this. So the link of this, how to do this cape, this is actually a layered cape. You know this layer cape. If you have not seen this tutorial, I'm going to drop the link on the description box for you to see how to actually create this cape on this kind of off-shoulder blouse. So the same process, you are just going to measure. This is the zipper allowance part. You are just going to take your tape and then you measure round, and then you come back to your zipper allowance point. So for this, my round shoulder measurement, that's the entire round shoulder measurement, is actually 43, but I'm going to add about 5 inches allowance to it because I want it to be a little bit fuller. You can decide to add as much as 10. You can still decide to leave it that way. So for this now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to be using 48. You know, I'm adding 5 inches to this. The zipper allowance part is included, so I want you to take note. So I'm having 48. Then I'll use the regular peplum formula, which is 6.28. If I want to cut out the top part of my peplum or my flay, that's that radius, that's that top part. For those of you that don't know how to do it, so what I'm now going to use, I'm going to use 7. When you divide 48 by 6.28, you are going to have 7.6. If you don't want to use if you don't want to use the peplum formula of 6.28, That's formula for a circle. You can do it a free hand. You understand? Just fold it the same normal way you fold your fabric, your flare, if you want to cut flare, and then you cut it. So I'll fold my fabric now. Okay, so now I'm going to impute my measurement now. So 48, when you divide 48 by 6.28, so what you have, you're just going to impute it here like this. So I've done it before. So but this other line, just ignore this line. I was just trying to fold my fabric properly. And then after imputing what you have on top, the next thing, you are going to measure the length of your ruffles, how long you want it to be, because you know you are going to fold it into two, so you should put that into consideration. For instance, if you want your ruffles to be 10 inches, you can decide to measure this part, from this part to the length, you can decide to make it 20 inches. So when you fold, at the end of the day, the length of the ruffles is going to be 10 inches. But for mine, it's not going to be up to 20 inches. What I actually have here, I have about 16 inches. Okay, I have about 16 inches here, so I'm going to use my 16 inches. I'm just going to measure it around like this. So that means at the end of the day, my ruffles, the length is going to be 8 inches. So I'm going to cut out my flare right now. So, and this taffeta that I actually have here, I have about 2 yards of taffeta, but I'm not using, so you could see I just folded a part of it. So this is what I actually folded now, is about 1 yard. So that's what I'm using for the cape. Okay, so I finished cutting out my flare. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create notches all around it. So the first thing, I'm going to take this 2 point like this. I'm going to create notches here, and then I'm going to come to the side like this. I'll create notches, and then I'm going to fold the center also. And then I'm going to come to the top here. I'll create the same notches here. What I have here, I'll repeat here. What I have here, I'll repeat it here also, like this. And then remember this one also, so I can decide to just fold it like this. And then I'll create the notch for this one here also. So I've created notches all around. So what I'm going to do now, so this goes for this goes for this, and then this goes for this. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my flare. I'm just going to bring all of my points together. So you know taffeta, both the wrong side and the right side, all of them are the same. So in case you're using a fabric that has a good side, so this is, now you're just going to assume that this is the wrong side, and then you are going to take, this is the right side. So I'm going to take this notch point, and then I'll bring it to this point. You just match them together like this, and then I'll use my pins to secure it like this. And then I'll take this point, I'll join to this point. So you see we have some excess here. We're going to work on that. So you pin this point together also, and then you take this point, I'll pin it to this point. So I'm just pinning all of my points, so I have some excess. You know, flare is not entirely straight, so I'm just going to go ahead like that and pin all of them together, all of the points, the up and the down together. Don't worry about all this excess, just ignore. Just make sure that your points, that they match. That's what matters. Okay, so you see we have excess now. So the next thing we're going to do now, I'm going to start pleating this dress. So on one side, I can decide to open up on one side. You understand? So I think we should open up now. You can just take one of the points like this and then open it up. the reason for opening that part is going to be your zipper allowance part. So you just open it up before we continue. So you just make sure that the 2 points like this, they are matching. So you open that point up, that will be your zipper allowance. That's the part you're going to stitch to the back. Okay, so I've opened up that part now. So I'm just going to take this like this. I'm going to just match this point like this. I'll match it to this point also. That's the zipper allowance part. So this part now is going to be my zipper allowance part. So see the other part also. Okay, so we're finished. So now the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to go and start pleating this cape together. So you can see we're not even done. It's already looking a little bit bulky, so it's going to still be more bulkier. So the next thing we're going to do now, we're just going to take this part like this. So remember I added allowance to my own, so we're just going to take this part like this. And then for this zipper allowance part, you have 2 options. If you are going to be putting it inside your zipper back, that's inside the zipper allowance. If you are going to be stitching it join with the zipper, this is what I mean, like this. Now if you are going to be, if the cape is going to come into this point and then you are going to stitch it along, you can decide to leave it like this. There's no point for you closing this point. But if you know you want it hanging, so what you are going to do before you start, you are going to turn it from the inside like this, and then you are going to stitch it. You stitch it from the inside, and then it's going to be like this. So I'm going to go and do that. So when I'm stitching, I'll stitch it before I start. So the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to start pleating. All you are just going to do is just pleat, and your note where you are pleating for, you see our cape, you see this part is smooth. So everything we're pleating from, actually pleating from this side. So you are just going to start pleating all of these hanging ones like this. You are just going to pleat. All you're going to do is really simple. Just pleat it like this until you get to that. You remember we're using the cape, that's the round cape measurement, that's the round shoulder measurement is 45. So you're just going to keep pleating until as you are pleating, you'll be measuring it, and then you make sure you have 45 inches. So it is really simple. You see it is already looking like what we have on the picture. You just keep pleating and then make sure you measure. Why you could actually use 45, the normal 45, but I prefer adding allowance. It will make it so you see it is looking like what we have on the picture already. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'll take it to my machine, and then I'm going to pleat it and then bring it back and show you what I have. Okay guys, so you can see I'm just so excited. I've not even fixed it. It's looking so beautiful, as in so beautiful already. So I'm just going to show you how to fix this now. I'm just so excited, seriously, because it actually came out very beautiful. So when you want to fix this, so I've stitched it just the way I told you. So when you want to fix it, you remember the way we actually fixed this cape. You are just going to take it, to fix it from this side. This is the right side of your dress that you are making, that's your bodice, and then this is the wrong side, and then you are going to place it like this. So I'm just going to use this is the right side. So you are just going to take this now from this point like this. You know, this is the complete 45 measurement. You are just going to take this right now from this point like this, from the inside. Note, you are fixing it from the inside. This is the wrong side, this is the right side. So you are going to take this like this from this inside, and you know you have already made your off-shoulder dress before fixing this, because it is an off-shoulder cape. You are just going to take this part like this. This whole rough edges is not going to show because it's going to fall and then it's going to cover. So you are just going to start fixing it from the zipper allowance part like this. You fix it from the inside. So I'm going to just use my pins. Let me pin it down so you understand. So just going to stitch it round from the inside. You're actually stitching it from the inside. You stitch it round. I'm going to go ahead and do that now with my pins, and then I'll flip it to the other side for you to see. So after stitching, here's what it's going to look like. So you're just going to fix it around like this. So here's what it's going to look like. So you know this whole part is going to be covered because I'm just using a makeshift blouse. That is why. So at the end of the day, everything is going to be inside neat and clean. And then we're going to have the top is going to be like this. So you see how beautiful it is looking. So you see, and then this is the back. So if you don't want to if you don't want to put it inside, so I really even advise don't even put it inside. That's the zipper part. So you can just leave it like this, and then you fix your zipper. Your zipper is already fixed on this part, and then this part is going to drop like this. And don't iron. If you want to iron, just iron the top part. Don't iron, because if you iron it, it's going to make it flat, and then the balloonness, if there's any word like that, it's not really going to be obvious. So I'm going to place this on my mannequin for you now, for you to see it properly, how it's going to look like. So it's really looking beautiful. So there are some other ways you can, in case you made yours and it's not very full, you can decide to use your hand needle just to ruffle it a bit. That's, you can just use some tiny and stitch and tack with your hand needles. You can just ruffle it more. In case you want to ruffle it, you can still ruffle it more. You can just give it as rough and tack. Just tack it however you want to tack it, and then at the end of the day it's going to be beautiful. So I'll place it now for you to see. Okay guys, so at the end of the day you could see our off shoulder ruffles. So it actually came out so beautifully well, so I'm just so excited. So you see how it is looking. So this was what I was saying. In case you can decide to leave it like this, you can decide to still, in case you just want, you can decide to just use your hand stitch, just give it tiny. But if it's me, seriously, I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I just love the bulkiness, I love the outcome of it. It actually came out so beautifully well. So I'm going to drop like I said, on the description box, how to really stitch this off shoulder, just the way I stitched the original one on this dress. I'll drop it, so once you watch it, you'll be able to fix it just the way I explained. It's really simple and easy. So guys, at the end of the day, so you see it's just so pretty. I just love it. So thank you so much. If you find this video helpful, I would appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button if you have not subscribed to my channel already. And then if you have subscribed, please just hit on the like button. I would really appreciate a like on this video. Just like the video to make me know you appreciate what I did with it. So thank you so much. I'm just so excited. Do you know, I can't just wait. This I'm going to definitely stitch this on a dress. I'm just so excited to I've been talking a lot. So bye. See you guys. Bye.
Yeah, bye.